This is KPRN-DB, broadcasting worldwide from Southeast Oklahoma, USA to parts unknown. Are you storing food? Many preppers are storing food for months and years, but only have enough fuel stored for days or weeks. Stretch your fuel storage by harnessing the power of the sun with a sun oven. Food can be baked, boiled, or steamed at temperatures of 360 to 400 degrees Fahrenheit with the power of the sun. Depending on where you are located, you can use the sun for 50 to 80% of your cooking, allowing you to preserve your fuel storage for rainy days. Sun-baked foods stay moister and have less shrinkage and don't burn. Sun-baked roasts are tastier and more succulent, and sun-baked bread has unparalleled taste and texture. Water can be heated in a sun oven for purification or personal hygiene. For the past 25 years, sun ovens have been proudly made in the U.S. They are durable, have a long life, and come with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. For a discount coupon, email podcast@sunoven.com. That's podcast@sunoven.com.
Have you ever wanted to generate your own supply of electrical power, even save money on your electric bill? If so, this is going to be the most important message you will ever hear. Solar power generators are now available. These emergency backup systems provide life-saving electrical power when you need it most. Unlike gas generators, a solar generator runs quietly, emits no fumes, and produces electricity from the sun. It's like having an electric power plant running quietly in your own home. Run sump pumps, shortwave radios, computers, and even keep your food from spoiling. Whether it's hurricanes, ice storms, brownouts, or blackouts, you'll never suffer through painful power outages again. And here's the best news, a remarkable fall truckload sale going on right now that gets you $1,700 in bonuses when you buy a solar generator. To find out why solar generators are the best generators and get $1,700 for doing so, go to falltruckloadsale.com. That's falltruckloadsale.com. Generate your own supply of electricity. Go to falltruckloadsale.com. That's falltruckloadsale.com.
Feeling like there are too many pressures and demands on you? Losing sleep worrying about tests and schoolwork? Eating on the run because your schedule is just too busy? You may be under too much stress, and it may be affecting your mind. Get your mental edge back with Nootropic Mind Power from mindregard.com. Nootropic Mind Power is not a drug, but a natural supplement. Its 12 powerful ingredients are natural and non-GMO, plus it's gluten-free, wheat-free, and formulated by Americans for Americans by an NSF-certified laboratory. Nootropic Mind Power is available at mindregard.com, spelled mindregard.com, and comes with a 100% money-back guarantee. Free your mind with Nootropic Mind Power cognitive supplement from mindregard.com. MindRegard. Clearly see tomorrow and yesterday. Today.
The truth is out there. Knowledge is power. This is the Prepper Podcast Radio Network.
Coming to you from the foothills of the Sheep Mountain Range, under the watchful eye of Mount Charleston, 11,916 feet above the desert floor, and bringing Homestead Dividends, a podcast rooted in common sense and practical knowledge, where home improvement homesteading and self-reliance meet. This is the first week of January 2013, roughly the 7th of January. And my show's coming out a couple days late this week. Had a great vacation and just had to put some of the other things on the back burner so I could spend time with my family. And you know what? I don't apologize one bit for that. My family, my faith come first. These other things are wonderful things that I do, but, family comes first. And you guys are like family to me, so I can't wait to get this episode out to you today. And today's episode roughly is, I believe it's 163, Scams and Pyramid Schemes, and we're going to talk a little bit more about some of that stuff later. This is actually my second attempt at the podcast today. I was demoing a new app on my iPhone, and turns out it only records so long on the free version, and I have to upgrade and pay a bunch of money for a full version. And so it cut off, and my phone kind of goes in sleep mode where you don't see the controls. And I'm talking and talking, and the thing's not recording, so it shut off. So this is attempt number 2. So anyway, and hopefully with the experience of the first one, this one will go much more smoothly. Before we get started with today's show, just a couple things. My website, hdivs.com. Again, hdivs.com. Check it out. On my website, you can subscribe to my iTunes feed and get this podcast for free. Just go to where it says subscribe via iTunes. It'll take you to my page on iTunes. Click subscribe for free, and you're getting all of my podcasts for free in the near future. While you're there, please put in a good review for me. That helps attract other people to the show, and if you like what you hear, I would ask you, I do the show for free. All that I ask in return is sharing with me a good review on iTunes and your social media of choice. On Facebook, that's keywords Homestead and Dividends. On Twitter, HDIVS. Reddit me, share me on Reddit or Stumble Upon or Facebook or wherever it is that you go in the social media of your choice, and I'd greatly appreciate that. A couple more things to that end. If you are new to the show, a couple places, and you're new to prepping or new to the show, a couple places I want you to go and things to check out. One, please go to at the top, scroll on my tabs at the top, and you'll find when you scroll over, it gives you the ultimate list of preppers lists. That is a compilation I have of, a dozen or so places on the net, different people who have preppers lists of how to get started and what to accumulate and what to do and how to do it. And if you go through that list, ultimate list of preppers lists, everything you need to know about prepping is there, and that's a great place to get started. And share that resource with other people. Guys, if you would share that link with people who you think might be interested or would like to know more, or if you didn't even know it was there, click on Ultimate List of Preppers Lists. There is just a list after list of different people's preppers lists and bug-out bag lists and all that stuff and desert survival lists, and it'll really help you and help the people around you that want to know more, okay? The other thing is, check me out on Twitter. My handle is HDIVS. And, I have over 1,700 tweets. Over 1,000 of those are articles on prepping, survival, do-it-yourself, gardening, homesteading, design, interior design, all the things that I talk about, home improvement, homesteading, and self-reliance. The remaining 700 are blogs or, connection to the blog posts that I've made. And I guess, other ones today, there are ones on there about, just politics and other things related to preppers. Like gun control's been in the news lately. I have a lot of links to articles about that because I think that's important to you. No matter which side of the issue you're on, I think that's an important topic, and so I have it there for you. Okay, so we're going to continue on now. Scams and pyramid schemes. I almost said paranoid. I'm going to talk about it here because I have personal experience with it. A couple things you need to know. One, my family has fallen victim to pyramid schemes. And the pyramid schemes I'm talking about, and there are different ways, like I guess you can think of like a chain letter or something where you put money in and you pass it on down the line and someone adds money or whatever. That's a pyramid scheme. That's very simple, and people don't think do chain letters anymore. Much more important is multi-level marketing. So sorry out there, Amway people or NSA people or any of these other organizations that do multi-level marketing. I don't know, Shackley, whatever. And there are legitimate organizations that are kind of run the same way that aren't multi-level marketing and aren't pyramid schemes, but some of these ones I would stay away from. I'm not saying they're necessarily doing anything illegal, but just because you aren't technically prosecuted as a pyramid scheme doesn't mean you aren't one. My dad and my family members were all involved in Amway at one time. And Amway is, they essentially sell soap door to door to your friends and relatives. But here's how you know Amway is a pyramid scheme. Amway never promotes the products that they sell, really. They promote the idea of getting other people to join the organization underneath you so that you can get commissions off of what they sell. Here's the problem. Did you know over 90% of what is sold in Amway is sold to people in the organization? What that means is there's no demand or audience for the stuff that they're selling. Okay? Their LOC or their other products, their soaps, their whatevers, vitamins, they're not competitively priced. They're expensive. Nobody really wants them. Let's think of it this way. When was the last time you said, I got to find an Amway dealer in my town because I need this soap on a rope that they sell, or I need this, liquid soap detergent or cleaner, whatever. Nobody does that. Or if you do, you're probably already involved in Amway. But, here's how you know it's a pyramid scheme. How many of you say, oh, yeah, I have a business, and I want everyone else I know to get in the same business as I do? No, if you have a great product to sell, you want as few people as competitors as possible. So Amway's just the opposite because they're not selling the product, they're selling the idea of getting people. People are the product in Amway and these other multi-level marketing schemes. So that's the problem. And, you're going to get rich if you get a bunch of other people on you. Well, you're not going to get a bunch of people underneath you. It's not going to happen. And so it's kind of a joke, and it's a sad joke, but a joke nonetheless. And so you need to understand that you're not going to get rich in these things. They're pyramid schemes, and they're total crap. So, and I'm not just talking about Amway. And if you work for Amway and you like Amway, and Amway works for you, great. But for everyone else in this new year, when everyone's thinking about turning over a new leaf and starting a business, and that's absolutely right. As preppers, we want to start new businesses. But you know what? This is not the place or the time. Find another business. And here's the very basic litmus test for a pyramid scheme. Are you selling people or are you selling product? If you're selling product, you want as few competitors as possible. Joe's Italian restaurant down the street does not want an Olive Garden to move next to him. Okay? Fred's gas station on the corner doesn't want another gas station moving in next door. If you have a product people want, you want to have the market and as few competitors as possible. ExxonMobil is not actively recruiting other companies to go into the oil refinery business. Why? They have a product that they want and they make money on it. Why do Amway or Shackley or all these other organizations that are into multi-level marketing want you to have so many people involved? Because they're not really selling the soap. They're selling the idea of getting rich, and the people, okay, that come into the business are the product. So you're actually selling your friends into this organization. They are the product. Don't think that's true? And why is over 90% of the products that are sold to people in the organization? Because you're selling them on a dream that isn't real. They buy that LOC or whatever, their little starter kit of Amway stuff that comes in a little blue caddy, or at least it used to. And you know what? You guilt a couple neighbors into buying this crap, and you know what? After a while, they stop answering the phone, and you don't have any customers because the products, there's no demand for it. You're forcing demand, and that's just the way it is. And just keep that in mind. Couple others that I wanted to talk about today, and today's show is not going to be terribly long. The other one I want to tell you about is a pyramid scheme within the stock market or within the investment agencies, and it's a penny stock scheme. And I call it it doesn't have to be a penny stock scheme, but it usually is. It's pump and dump. People in some big wigs get involved in a company. It can be a company that's already existing or an IPO or initial public offering, a new business. Hot stock tips are generated. People involved say, hey, buy this stock. This thing's going to go through the roof. And people notice that, hey, this little stock is starting to take off. Everybody buys into the stock and it goes up. And then all of a sudden it collapses. You know why? Because the people that pumped this full of interest, by the time you were buying in, they were pulling out or buying out. And so they sold off all their stock. They got all this interest to raise up the stock price. They bought it cheap. They've told their people to jack up the price and sell, or put the word on the street that this is a hot stock. You buy the company, and for example, maybe let's say that the initial public offering was $1. The big wigs, they bought it before the initial public offering, or a company that they're going to do this pump and dump scheme with. They buy it for $1 a share. Word gets out on the street that this is going to be a hot stock. It goes up to $3 or $4. When it gets to $3.50, the big wigs start dumping it, and you're still buying in these suckers that are being told by their investment liar. And the market on the stock collapses, and it's down to $1, or maybe it's down to 50 cents or 30 cents, and that's happened to my dad. He's been involved in companies like that where, this gold mine, he gets these hot stock tips on these different gold mines. And, he buys the stocks and they take them. And I used to be a licensed stockbroker. And I tell him, Dad, this is bull crap. Stop. You're being taken over. You get these stupid newsletters in the mail on these hot stocks and you believe this crap. They're freaking crooks. Finally, he's listening. He's no longer in the stock market. Thank God. He had no idea what he was doing. He was getting his shirt, getting his clock clean. I said, Dad, look at me. I'm making, 10, 15% a year usually in the stock market. What am I buying? Exxon, this, that, other stocks, what I know what I'm doing. So am I playing with these garbage stocks no one ever heard of? No! Stop it. What the heck's wrong with you? So finally he listened to me. And so, now he's out of the market. But that's another one. The third type, is churn and burn. And this is also a financial advisor-based, scam. And that is where you either give your financial advisor power of attorney where they do all the trading for you, or you get an aggressive trader that is constantly having you buy and sell different stocks or mutual funds. They are not really interested in making any money for you. They are interested in just generating commissions. And every time you buy or sell something, they get a payment. And so they're just going to keep spinning your money through and just slicing a little bit off the top every time. And all of a sudden your nest egg keeps getting smaller and smaller because this clown keeps selling more and more stock and flipping things. And the more he flips, the more he makes. Just like a realtor selling houses. The more times that house changes hands, the more commission that realtor makes. And it's the exact same thing. Only the difference is, that's a real product that people are buying and selling for a reason. These investment, churn and burns, they're just to generate commission, and it's a complete, predatory situation where you're getting hosed and screwed over. There's a couple things that these schemes all work on. One is trust or confidence. Okay, you ever hear of the term con man? Con man has not to do with the word convict. It has to do with confidence. These people get your confidence and build your trust, and then they take you. So remember, and how do they get this confidence? What they do is they get you to believe in them. They get your trust, and then you start buying stuff from them. Why? They use greed. They use your desire for success and to be successful against you. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to be successful. But that's the end. Because you want to be successful, you're willing to put out some money to try and make more money. Just like those phishing schemes online, from people from Nigeria or whatever, somewhere in Africa. Oh, you've won $1 million. Just send me $100,000 or $10,000 or $1,000 to cover the cost of whatever, and I'll send you $1 million. Really? Is anyone out there really that stupid to give those idiots, wire money to a First Nigerian bank of, whatever? I hope not, but I guess there are people out there, so be careful. So I want to encourage you all, as preppers and do-it-yourselfers and homesteaders, to start your own businesses, to become financially independent. But what you do not want to do is do it at the expense of your family and to get involved in one of these three types of schemes. And my family's had some experience with some of these. Not me personally, but my family has. Actually, I did have some personal experience with pump and dump. I was a licensed stockbroker when I got out of college, and I made a bad career choice and got involved with a company that was sleazy. And I left because I could tell that they were not really selling stock. They were just a telemarketing firm that people happen to have stock brokerage licenses for. And what they did was their underwriters, the big people in their company, would say, we're going to buy this stock. And the company would buy or invest in certain stocks. Then all the stockbrokers were told, sell the heck out of this stock and put all your clients on it and sell. And we get people involved in it. And then our clients, and I didn't do this because I left, but People, they got everyone in it. The people would buy the stock, and then by the time that all their people had bought into the stock, the big wigs at our company, they sold their interest in those companies and that stock, made a fortune, and everyone else was left holding the bag, and our clients lost tons and tons of money. Actually, there was an investigation. A lot of those people at that firm went to jail. I was a kid straight out of college. I wasn't selling anything. I looked around and I saw what they were trying to get me to do. And, I didn't last maybe a month, and I said, forget this. And I was there literally a day or two, and I was already looking at my exit scheme on how to get out of there. And I decided that, that wasn't what I wanted to do, and so I moved on. So that's my story, about pump and dump. And so, and I was brought into the investigation. I had to do a sworn affidavit into just what I saw at the company, whatever. I was never in trouble because I didn't do that. I wasn't going to put grandparents and little old people into, garbage stock that I knew wasn't worth anything. When I interviewed, everything seemed okay because they have like a facade in this company that looks very modern. And then you go in the back room and it's a giant telemarketing room with a bunch of guys in suits, sitting around desks, just with phone books out calling people. And I could just tell it was just, a joke. So I got the heck out of there. And these are, these are real stories. These are real things that happen. So be careful. Be careful with your money. Don't get involved in pyramid schemes. Don't get churned and burned. Don't have people just generating all these transactions and commissions. And don't buy a hot stock tip and buy into it. If you stay away from those three, I think you're going to be in good shape going forward. There are many more, and please let me know if there are any scams that you want me to make the audience aware of. And also, if you want to just give a holler out to me, remember, my email is homesteaddividends@gmail.com, and I'm small enough that I answer every email that I get. So if you want to contact, or just click on the contact form on my website at hdivs.com, and I'll be in touch. Thanks for listening to the show. Here's to a prosperous and joyous New Year. Thanks for listening. Goodbye. God bless.
Are you sick and tired of having your First Amendment harassed or censored on Facebook? Use no more, as we now have a new alternative to Facebook. It's called Awareness Act. Awareness Act is a social network designed for patriots, to be used by patriots, and is ran by patriots. Stand up and help in the fight to protect your constitutional rights. Patriots can create pages, blogs, videos, documents, articles, and so much more. We even have a unique news feed system that allows you to share, read, or connect with any patriot on Awareness Act. We are a dedicated tool for patriots to use against the tyranny our Constitution is facing. So if you're tired of having your rights infringed upon, come check us out at www.awarenessact.com. Again, that is www.awarenessact.com, the social network for patriots, not potatoes.
Whether you take me for the fool, I know that I can be. Whether you see me eye to eye.
The new Be Prepared for Christmas package from Sun Ovens contains everything you need to harness the power of the sun for cooking, water, and dehydrating. The perfect gift for the preppers or outdoor enthusiast on your shopping list. A sun oven uses the sun's power to bake, boil, or steam food, heat water for purification or personal hygiene, or solar dehydrate. When you use the sun's power on sunny days, you preserve your fuel storage for rainy days. Sun-baked foods retain moisture, have less shrinkage, and do not burn. Sun-baked roasts are tastier and more succulent, and sun-baked bread has unparalleled taste and texture. The new Be Prepared for Christmas package lets you roast an 18-pound turkey. For the past 26 years, Sun Ovens has been proudly made in the U.S., are durable, and have a long life and come with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Don't be fooled by cheap imitations. For a discount coupon, visit sunoven.com/podcast. That's sunoven.com/podcast.
This is KPRN-DB.
broadcasting worldwide from Southeast Oklahoma, USA to parts unknown.